You've spent weeks perfecting your code. It runs flawlessly on your laptop during testing, but the moment you deploy it to the live production server, everything crashes. This happens because your laptop and the live server are entirely different environments. They use different underlying software, mismatched libraries, and conflicting settings that lead to unpredictable failures. For a long time, the standard fix for this was the virtual machine. The idea was to simulate an entire standardized computer inside the server, so the environment would always stay the same. Virtual machines solved the mismatch problem, but they introduced a massive new layer of inefficiency that made rapid development much harder to achieve. A traditional virtual machine pretends to be a full computer. Every application requires its own complete operating system and heavy software engine to run. Notice how quickly server space fills up. Duplicating entire operating systems wastes gigabytes of memory and takes minutes to start. When a website gets a sudden spike in traffic, you need to launch new copies of your application instantly. Waiting minutes for a bulky operating system to boot up makes scaling nearly impossible. Setting up a whole new virtual machine just to run one small application is like buying a completely new house just so you have somewhere to plug in a new blender. It is simply too heavy for what modern software needs. This brings us to the container. A container packages up your application and every tool it needs to run into a single, lightweight unit you can move anywhere. In this side-by-side comparison, the structural difference is clear. The container setup skips heavy operating systems. Instead, every container connects directly to one shared engine. Because they share that core engine rather than replicating it, they spin up instantly. It is helpful to remember that containers are not tiny virtual machines. They are isolated processes, like separate apps on your phone, kept strictly partitioned from one another. By combining the isolation of a virtual machine with the incredible speed of a standard process, containers solve the "works on my machine" problem without the overhead of a full operating system. This schematic represents a container image, a read-only blueprint securely holding your exact application code and instructions. When run, this single blueprint acts like a factory stamp, reliably turning out identical containers over and over again. Teams store these blueprints in central hubs called registries, allowing any server in the world to download and run the exact same code. This repeatable system ensures total consistency. If a blueprint runs on your laptop, that exact same blueprint will run identically on a global production server. Because these containers are so fast, large organizations now run thousands of them at the same time. This creates a massive logistical challenge. How do these thousands of separate boxes talk to each other? How does web traffic find the right one? And what happens when an underlying physical server inevitably fails? This is exactly why Kubernetes was created. Kubernetes is an automated command center designed strictly to manage and coordinate this massive fleet of containers. It constantly monitors your system. If a container crashes, Kubernetes immediately restarts it. If traffic surges, it automatically spreads the load across healthy containers to keep your app online. Running a single isolated container is easy, but Kubernetes is the automated brain that makes running thousands of them reliable and possible. To manage this scale efficiently, Kubernetes doesn't actually interact with individual containers directly. Looking at this illustration, we see Kubernetes' smallest unit, the pod. The outer shell represents the pod, acting as a wrapper that groups related containers, the Ps, together. By grouping them this way, every container inside a single pod can share the same network address and internal communication channels. Modern software deployment is moving away from relying on heavy, standalone virtual machines for every app. By understanding how images, containers, and pods work together, you've taken the first major step toward mastering production-ready deployments.